I've met a lot of artists doing this, bro, and very humble. Where they ask me like, "Yo, everybody, when I do these shows, all these other artists, young artists, performers, they all asking for a picture, because I'm a celebrity, and you didn't ask me for a picture. Why didn't you ask me for a picture?" And I'm like, because only friends ask friends for pictures, And it took him to like, damn. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to be a fan. I want to be a friend. That's I want a picture. I want something. You take a picture of me, and yeah, he took out his phone, took a picture of me, and him, put it up on his Instagram. That's Candyman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like wow, like and that's how it started. And I give a shout out to a lot of people out here that helped me out. Simon was one of them. Jedi was one of them. You guys are one of them. It's been all out. Like the promotion wise of Dirty coming up to where you've been. Yeah, that's pretty much that's been the show. That's been the best show I can say. From there on, it's just been uphill.
That's dope, man.
Very dope.
It's a dope ass story. Like, I'm like, I want more.
Ask him if he would go back to playing golf.
Oh yeah.
And how good was he? Like,
Hey, yeah.
I was good, bro. I mean,
go on, tell him.
So this is the story how
baby.
I became a golfer. So this is 1997, 98. I was 98. 98 going into 99. The summer of 98. I was gonna be a sophomore in high school. No, junior in high school. No, yeah, sophomore in high school, and I had to take PE because us cholos don't do PE. we don't want to fuck up the 3 flowers. You know what I mean? We're up all night keeping that hair slicked back. Yeah, I had my hair slicked back then. You know what I mean? And I didn't have a goatee, but I already had started getting the mustache. So all the homies were like, "Hey, how do you get that mustache?" I'm like, "If I have to tell you, you don't want to know." But yeah, so I was in PE, and the coach that was doing the teacher for PE, he was a coach. He would have us go play golf, hit golf balls behind the CV golf field, football field, behind the bleachers. There's a big patch of grass behind those fields where you guys come and visit and leave sad. Back in the days, we used to play brawly. Yeah, it was like we were rivals. Like, yeah, my cousin would show up. I'm like, yeah, we're going to fuck you up. And then we'll see your grandmas.
Damn.
But yeah.
Just by the way, I'm going to edit this up. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, we played golf out there, and I grabbed the golf ball in the club, and he's like, try to hit it. I couldn't hit it. Everybody was laughing, and he goes, you know what? I seen you fight, bro. You know how to fight, but you can't hit a golf ball. I don't call yourself a man. And he literally woke something up, bro.
Wow.
So I started. I lived right across the field. Well, there's houses now where we grew up in Coachella. There was a big old dirt lot right there from Coachella going into Calle Verde. So I would go out there and hit golf balls in the desert, with this fucked up 9-iron. It was all fucked up. But I was just trying to play, and then we lived in the ranch, and it was more open for me, so I started practicing more, and I started getting better. I wanted to be in the golf team, and my grades weren't the best because, at that time, teachers really didn't give a damn about students. They were like, here's a packet. And I'm like, are we going to get taught today? You're going to give me a packet? Like, I want to get taught something today. Like, come on. I see all the white kids get better than teachers than that. Like, the teacher comes in with the scuba gear. Like, today we're going to learn how to go deep. Like, okay. Like, like, damn, And, he didn't want to help me, and I couldn't get the grades and I made the golf team, bro. I literally made the golf team and the varsity golf team at that. And he's like, I can't help you. You don't got the grades, bro. And I'm like, dude, just help me out. You know what I mean? Give me a tutor, Damn, just let me know, the classes that I got are crazy,
Right.
I'm doing geometry, bro. I don't know nothing about geometry, I need some help here, I got advanced, psychology. I was like stuff that we get in college. Like, what the hell are you giving us? Like, this isn't even, I remember one time I moved from over there to over here for 1 year. We were doing, in 4th grade, we were doing timetables and division. You guys were already doing standalone math and stuff. Like, what is it? Not Stand Alone. What is it? Is it Stand By Me? No, not Stand By Me.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Stand and Deliver. You gotta do some Stand and Deliver math and shit. Like, I came in like, pi what? What the hell is pi? Like,
a negative plus a negative.
Yeah, like, is a negative. And I'm like, that's dumb math. Like, you don't need that. Where you gonna do that? Like, break $1 down, like 4 quarters. That's it. 10 dimes. And yeah, so the teacher don't want to help me. So I just at the time my mom started working at a country club, and Indian Palms Country Club in Indio, and we were living in Indio already. We had transferred out of that school because CV just let me down. And it was my fault. Too many fights, too many gang shit. Young kid. What can I do, man? It's either you pick your group, or you get scooped. It's just it. You know what I mean? Either you be with the Chalinos, you be with the punk rockers, the emos, you be with the nerds, and the nerds are pretty cool because they did your homework for you if you paid them. They kind of got smart after a while. They were like, you want an A, right? They started hustling the dudes, If it was a movie, it would be like Casino, There's just one nerd walking around just collecting money from everybody, But yeah, that's how golf started for me. And then I started going to the country club. My first day at the country club, bro, I get up on this par 4, right? It's a dog leg, goes from right to left. I pull out a driver. It says right there, no driver. I'm like, I'm gonna cut the corner. I wasn't good. I had a high fade. I mean, I had a slice, so I had brought it down to a high fade, which was pretty good. You know what I mean? I felt like I was hitting the same yardage, but I can control it. And the first time I hit the ball fucking straight, goes straight fucking to a house, breaks the fucking guy's window. He looks at me and he's like, is that a driver in your hand? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, I'm a kid, I'm only like 16 at the time. And I drive up there. He's all mad at me because he got paid for my window. He thinks I'm like 25, because of the mustache, I'm like, okay, give him my information. He goes, looks for me where we live at an apartment complex, and the manager told him, like, no, he's only a 16-year-old. He's like, oh, shit. He looked like a grown man. So then my mom's like, hey, they're looking for someone to go work at the car barn. And I'm like, I don't work at the car barn. She's like, well, the bills are hard. I need help. And at the time I was going to school, I was only going for 4 hours. So I was going to continuation school. I'm going to start in Indio. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go. So it took me a while because I had to get clean. I smoked too much cannabis, and I had to get clean. And the day I had to go take the test, I actually smoked in the morning because I was like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to pass this, man. It's just, like, I'm not going to pass it. Like, I went to go take the test, and the doctor looks at me and he looked at the paperwork, and he goes, Indian Palms Country Club. So he's like, So when he asked me, hey, so what's the position for it? And I'm like, it's for the car barn. All right. So he's like, hey, so you barely passed. Barely.
Oh, wow.
You see, barely. And I looked at the test, and yeah, I barely passed. It was a little faded. But he goes, so I like to golf on Sundays around 3. And shit. I was like, you can come whenever you want, bro. I will work every Sunday just for you, bro. Yeah, you can, And yeah, I went, I started working there in the car barn, and I just started practicing every day. Didn't date nobody. I just golf, home, school. At one point, I started making so much money playing golf and, working that I just quit school. I was like, I'm going to quit school. I don't need this, which sucks, But now, like, really, do you really need it? Do you really need a college degree? Really? You know what I mean? The way things are going? Let's not get into that story. But, yeah, so I just kept on playing golf and having the time of my life, playing these tournaments. I would take my mom. I felt bad for her because she would be there all day in the parking lot. And I go, Mom, you can go wait in the clubhouse. And she's like, no, I just don't feel comfortable. She didn't feel comfortable being in that environment, all these rich people. I went through the worst racist things. If Tiger went through it, I went through it. You know what I mean? Because my mom in the beginning didn't believe that I can do it. She had told me, like, you don't see Mexican people out there playing golf. You see Mexican people cutting the grass. That's what you see. That's what you see. But when I started playing all the jardineros, every tournament I played, walking through the gallery, playing tournaments, these little tournaments, with little, just parents, it's kids, we're young, I'm walking there, you're walking through these galleries, and you're seeing all these gardeners just looking at me like,
what the fuck?
Hey, you're in the wrong spot. Like, look at me like, no, don't do that, And
they get mad when you're on the green.
Yeah, they call my name out, and they're just surprised, and they're taking their kids and their family to go see me, and that was cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because they wanted to, hey, this guy's good, and that was a good thing. But after a while, I'm one of those where, look, I can do this. I don't want to do this my entire life, So I just was like, I pulled away from it. I was just like, I'm done. I had my first daughter, my oldest, Cammie. And I pulled off, in 2002 she was born. So I pulled away in 2003. I kind of retired, and then I was like, I'll come back in 2005 and do something. And I had my other daughter, and I was like, yeah, that's God telling me like, stop. The moment you start doing this, I'm gonna just toss you another child, and it's pretty been like that 5 times, you know.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so it's like a bike. You don't forget. I hate it because there's sometimes I'll be outside just in the yard with my dog, and I do have a wedge in my hand, and I don't know where I hit the ball. I know it's at the school, and the balls are just landing right there in the grass because I see them. Because I hit flop shots, over houses, but I know where they're landing. I just go over the fence, and my dog goes and gets the balls back for me, So I do some tricks, and you don't forget it, And it was very humble. Golf was cool because I used to beat a lot of these crazy white boys that thought they were bad. And these guys were like with Titleist clubs, Ben Hogan blades, and I'm over here with Walmart, cheap-ass clubs and stuff. God bless my mom's heart who got me my first set.
I wasn't going to spit all that out, but yeah,
She got me a set for Christmas, bro. I want a golf set. I'll get you a golf set. All right, thanks, Mom. Come Christmas morning, open up the golf set. I saw it there already wrapped up. I wanted to open it up. I was like, what did I open it in? Some top flight golf clubs. I'm like, what the hell are these? So it's like golf clubs. I'm like, Mom, these are like what old people would play with. And she's like, well, that's all they had me, huh? And I'm like, how much you pay for these clubs, Mom? Just be honest. Just tell me. She's like, $8. I'm like, that's not even enough for that damn golf bag. And she's like, how much you think I was going to spend? I'm like, I don't know, $2,000? And she's like, what? Because that's what the clubs are really worth. It's $2,000. If you put clubs together, especially custom, everything with the loft, your shaft, the grips, shaft alone is like $100. You know what I mean? And top good shafts are like $200. So you do the math, and then the heads, get custom made lofts on them. So yeah, it took a toll, but I bought my first set for $2,500, and that's when I started playing better.
We're gonna have to get together with Dirty one of these days, man. Just fucking go golfing.
Yeah, bro. Like
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, but
it's fun, bro.
But to fucking drink and just fucking.
I'm down to drink.
Hey, you know what? I used to play with a lot of people that were famous in the valley that knew my grandfather. It's the weirdest story. I used to play with this group called the MAGA, Mexican Golfers Association, Mexican American Golfers Association. So these guys would all get together, and these are all guys from the valley in Coachella that own businesses or were part of some Chicano movement. So I was playing with the group that they put me in, and I would play with them every week, and I had no idea who they were. No idea. They had no idea who I was the first time. We were playing, and this one man, his name's Ray Ariola. If you're from Indio and you know Ariola's tortilla chips, Ray Ariola, I used to play with Ray Ariola. I used to play golf with him. He's the one who was like, hey, you look familiar. Who's your grandfather? And I told him, I'm like, Simon Velasquez. He's like, Simon Velasquez is your friend? Your grandfather? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hey, George. And George goes, why? ¿Qué chingado quieres? He's like, hey, you know Simon Velasquez, right? He goes, yeah, the roofer. Yeah, that's his grandson. And he was like, you're kidding me. And I was like, if you guys know who George is, there's a market called L&G Market in Coachella, right by the cemetery. It's like the best cold beer. They still have a slushing machine, so I give them props for that. I just stop there every time for that. Nice. And it's right by Coachella Fest. It's the biggest little market, but it's pretty bomb. And
like a beer slushing machine? Or?
No, like the original. I wish, right? I'd be
go
right
now.
I go right now. I had that like an IV.
Oh shit!
But yeah, so I played golf with them, and that whole time they were like surprised. They were like, "Wow, your grandfather was a dick." He's like, he was a dick, but he was firm. He did houses. Believe it or not, I have no idea how to do roofing, but I've done a roof, and it's like I've been doing them for years. It was just weird. I did a roof here in Brawley in 2005 before I left. Helped my uncle for his mother-in-law, and my uncle goes, how many roofs have you ever done? I'm like, none. When we're done with the project, this is my first one. How'd you know? And I'm like, I don't know. It just happened. It just like, I need a crew, So he's like, no, he goes, you think we can do this like in one day? I looked at him like, in one day? I leave tomorrow. Like, no, in one day, if you have a crew of like 30 people, yeah. I got to strip it. I got to trim it. I got to find the holes. I got to, patch everything that needs to be, plugged in. I go, we need help. So I went and woke up my cousin like at 6 in the morning. He was all hungover. Anthony, wake up. Go call all your cousins. Tell them that I need them here. Grandma needs help. Your grandma needs help. That's from his mom's side. And we went to go get the supplies. We came back and had like 50 kids, you know, from 22-year-olds all the way down to 12-year-olds. I'm like, all right, you big dudes are staying down here. They're like, why can't we go up there? I'm like, look, I'm already repairing the roof, bro. You know what I mean? You're in charge of the kids down here. You don't have to move around, but tell them what to do. You got the easiest job, bro. All right, cool. The tall guys got up there. The guys were like, oh, I go to the gym every day. All right, go up there. Nah, after an hour of them, taking that, scraping that roof, they were done, bro. They were done. I'm like, all that gym work, that gym work don't pay off when you do a real man's work, you know? But yeah, so that was my first roof. It was natural, and I met these guys, and these guys were just amazing. They were good people to be around with, and they helped me a lot playing golf when I needed my knowledge of being Chicano and go through racism. They would tell me, like, just stay up there, Because I remember one time I pulled up to PGA West at the Arnold Palmer course. I roll up, got invited. I'm driving a fucking Suzuki Esteem at the time. Get up there, valet takes the car, grab my bag. He looks at my bag. He goes, damn, dude, the bag's more expensive than the car. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that's a $2,500 bag right there. He looked at my clubs. He goes, but they look very beautiful. I go, thank you. Yeah, because I always take care of my clubs. And because they're the only ones you had. You know, I wasn't like these rich kids. Like, Dad, I need another driver. I had, I got what I had, And I'm standing there. They took my clubs, and I'm standing there. I'm waiting for my friend because he's driving up, too. He's at the gate. And this nice, beautiful Bentley rolls up. Beautiful. The trunk opens up. Driver gets out. He looks at me and goes, hey. Bam. Gives me $50. He goes, put that in a cart. But the way he gave it to me was like force it on me. Like what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to avoid that, and you're trying to put it in my hand. Like, nah. And he just gave it to me, and I'm like, all right. So then the cart guy comes back, and he's like, who's this? And I'm like, that guy right there. I put the 50 in my pocket. I'm like, yo, put that in my cart, by my cart. He's like, for real? Like, yeah, I'm going to play golf with this motherfucker. He thought I fucking work here. He thought I worked there. Literally thought I worked there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't work here. Like, I came to play golf, too. So
that's cool. You kept the money, though.
Yeah, I kept the money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tip the boy at the end of the round. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we get up there, and his bag's on another cart. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, no, he likes to play by himself. The starter knows them, and he knows he's really rude. And so I went up to the starter, and I go, yo, here's $50. You're going to pair that guy with my group. And he's like, are you sure? I go, there's $50. Make it happen. I got you.
Oh.
Like, all right. So we get up there. He's waiting. He's like, hold on. There's a group ahead of you. Ain't nobody on the damn tee. Ain't nobody ahead of him on the green. He's like, what's going on? Well, I'm still waiting for my buddy. He gets here, and I tell him, hey, hurry up, dude. Boom, get your stuff. My friend, Brian Cupid, good golfer. But we go up there, and we get this guy. I get up there, and we play this guy. And this guy looks at me, and he goes, aren't you the cart guy? And I'm like, I'm a golfer. Let's go. All right, we play golf. We betted. I'm not going to say how much we betted, but at the end of the day, he bought us dinner, invited us to his house, Surprised anything else he would give us was weird because it was just like, damn, but he was humble because, but that was the first racism. Like, they just looked at you as you're just a worker. Like, nah, I'm here to play, and I would get that at tournaments. That's why I would shave my head and let my goatee grow out when I play golf, and I would wear Oakleys. I had the straight, what is
collecting
tips, looked all crazy and stuff, just looking at people. I didn't have no tattoos at the time, and all these white boys would just look at me and just be like all worried, like, who's this guy? Like, like,
let's steal the golf cart.
Yeah, pick up the tee. Don't leave the tee.
Fucking hot-wired it.
We'll keep them in case we can't get it to start or some shit.
Yeah, so that's my golf. And, I stopped playing, wanting to do it as a dream. I still wake up sometimes wanting to play. Like, I can go play the U.S. Open, try to do something like that, You can do anything. I tell everybody, you can always do it. Like, damn, Holyfield won the bout, like, at what, 44? No, not Holyfield. What is it? The damn George Foreman, right? At 44, he won the heavyweight championship. Why not? I think we're still at our prime. Well, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nothing's impossible.
No. Not even the burgers.
Nope.
Possible burger.
I won't eat that, bro.
I don't know what's in it. I've heard even the vegans won't eat it though. Like, nah, I see it's nasty.
If my dog won't eat it, then I'm not gonna eat it. That's what I look at animals.
what? That's very
That's
true.
what I look at. I look at animals. I'm like, here, try this out. He looks at me like, you first? Like,
You first.
I'm good. Like, you know, like, it's like the animals are talking to me when I look at him. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm good.